Madison, Wisconsin, the Kohl Center, the site where the 6th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers are ready to start off another week of college basketball, taking on the Maryland Terrapins. And who's hotter than the Badgers? Not too many teams. In fact, the Badgers' 10-game Big Ten win streak is their longest since 1941. What happened in 1941? Well, the Badgers won their only basketball national championship. Stephen Bardo and I are not saying, we're just saying. Welcome, everybody. I'm Kevin Kugler. That is, of course, Stephen Bardo. And this Wisconsin team really hitting right now on all cylinders. This is a really good basketball squad.
Yeah, Kevin, you're talking about a senior-laden ball club that went to East Lansing, was down 9 points in the second half, and was able to go and win in convincing fashion. They're playing as well as anybody in the country right now. This ought to be a tough matchup for Maryland tonight.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. And for Maryland, they're still trying to find their way early on in this college basketball season.
Yeah, they're trying to get guys that were in supporting cast roles before, now trying to step up and be the man. So there's a little bit of an adjustment period right now for the Terrapins.
No adjustment needed for Wisconsin. They're a veteran team, and one of the leaders of that team is Micah Potter.
I love this guy. Big fella, can do a little bit of everything, touches all facets of the game, an underrated passer, very physical up front.
We are ready to get this one started. Wisconsin up to number 6 in the country. Maryland trying to break through in Big Ten play. This is an unforgiving league. If you are not on your game every night, they're going to make you pay. They being anybody in this league.
That's exactly right, Kevin. We'll talk about the depth of this conference as we go along, but all of a sudden Northwestern, who was picked last in the league, it looks like they're a formidable opponent.
Number 19 in the country, Northwestern. Here's D'Mitrik Trice, 5 on the shot clock in the initial possession for the Badgers. In the corner, Aleem Ford, and a one-and-done pitched by the Maryland defense. And Dante Scott will give it off to Eric Ayala. Mark Turgeon, the head coach of Maryland, found things to like despite the loss to Purdue on Christmas afternoon. This Maryland team battled back from 15 down as the jumper short. Offensive rebound inside for Galen Smith, and a whistle going against D'Mitrik Trice. There's Mark Turgeon, 18 consecutive winning seasons as head coach, and he said, I'm encouraged after that Purdue game. I know what lies ahead. The league is good, but I was encouraged with our effort, encouraged with our toughness.
Yeah, they really brought it in the second half, Kevin, and you know, when you go to Mackey, of course it's not the Mackey with the fans in there, but still, you're on the road. They cut a second half deficit. They were right in that ball game, had a chance to win, so trending upward are the Terrapins.
Here's Ayala working against Trice. Galen Smith with the hook. That rattles out into the arms of Nate Reuvers.
Well, Galen Smith could really give the Terrapins a boost on the interior. They've really struggled to develop points in that area. A lot of pressure on the backcourt.
Here's Trice coming off a fantastic game on Christmas against Michigan State. Reuvers' 3 is short, and the rebound, Aaron Wiggins.
In my opinion, Maryland would benefit themselves doing this.
Oh, that's nice. Went right past Reuvers to the rim.
Go fast. Try to score in the first 5 to 7 seconds of the possession. If you can't, then get into your offense. But if you're going to walk the ball up the floor against Wisconsin, you're not going to score very often.
Yeah, hard to score in a half-court set against this Wisconsin defense.
Right. That's right. Great energy early on by the Maryland bench.
It's something we pay attention to in these empty arena games. Who creates that energy?
That's right.
Trice driving inside. Potter picks up the loose ball. And the rebound. Good box out by Aaron Wiggins.
Great effort by the Terrapins on the defensive end early on. Mark Turgeon has said that you can turn a road game into a home game depending on the level of energy your bench will bring.
You and I have seen that both in conference play and non-conference play this season.
Yes.
Morcell from the foul line, a little strong, and the rebound to Aleem Ford.
That's a good look for Morcell. He was disappointed he didn't convert. But you're not going to get a much better look than that.
Trice going to work on the perimeter, and Trice gets to the rim.
I love that. Trice had a big switch out on him, understood, took his time, allowed the space to form. He was able to take advantage.
29 against Michigan State on Christmas for Trice. Morcell, nice wraparound to Galen Smith for the bucket and the foul.
Great two-man basketball by Maryland that time. Morsell, being a veteran, held it. Let's look at Trice first. So he got Dante Scott on an island. Nice run off the glass. And then watch Morsell hold it just a little bit. Lets Galen Smith free himself at the bucket. That's a nice play. Nice start for the Terrapins.
Senior patience from Daryl Morsell there. Willing to wait. Defense comes to him. Got rid of it to the open man. Nice play. As Galen Smith trying to convert on the three-point play, cannot. Here's Trevor Anderson ready to go. And
that's an area that Maryland's got to get better at. They've got to convert their free throws, Kevin. Struggled last game against Purdue.
11 of 21 at the line in that Purdue loss. Eight to shoot for Davison. Trying to turn the corner on Morsell. Won't get it to go, and it's poked out of bounds to Maryland. Micah Potter, the last to touch it.
I like Brad Davison turning the corner like that. He had a good look. Just couldn't get it to drop.
Wisconsin just 1 for 6 from the floor to start this ball game.
Interestingly, they started 1 of 16 against Nebraska, but this is a juggernaut of an offense. They can get going in a hurry very quickly.
Wiggins working against Davison. Tough floater. Potter changed the initial shot, but a good follow by Wiggins.
Wow, that was a quick reaction by Wiggins off the miss. Like how he followed his shot.
Real good start for Maryland on the road.
No, this is what you need. You need to be engaged and talking. They're doing a good job of that early.
Tyler Wall backing it out with 15 to shoot. Great feed to Potter for the one-hand flush.
Dante Scott fell down that time. Good recognition by the Badgers, finding Potter underneath the bucket. Galen Smith has made his presence felt already in this game. Really didn't have much of an effect against Purdue.
Wiggins faked the pass and had it poked out of bounds. Timeout on the floor, and Maryland with a 2-point lead.
Well, Maryland coming ready to play. Aaron Wiggins found his own miss. And then Micah Potter, watch Dante Scott trip a little bit. Good recognition by the Badgers.
6-4 start. Maryland with the 2-point lead, 15:30 remaining in the first half. Wisconsin number 6 in the country, and you say, what do they do well? It's hard to say what one thing they do well because they do so many things well. They defend well. They defend the shot. They shoot the ball themselves. They take care of the basketball. And maybe the best posting team 1 through 5 in the country.
I totally agree, Kevin. You see guards, you see bigs. That's Brad Davison getting in the post. Micah Potter hitting Demetric Trice for an open 3, and then Nate Reavers. No double team comes. If he's one-on-one, he's going to win that matchup more often than not. That's what makes Wisconsin so difficult to defend. They can post up all 5 players on the floor. All 5 players can shoot a 3, so you have to pick your poison. And typically the opposing teams don't pick the right poison because Wisconsin's been doing it well.
Wiggins at the elbow with the shot clock winding, had to fire that one up, and Ford with the rebound. Here's Trevor Anderson. Wisconsin 2 for 7 to start this ball game.
Watch Tyler Wall get in some action here as Joel Mariol is guarding him.
This is a tough matchup for the big sophomore in Joel Mariol, who is 7'2", but this is not a traditional post team with Wisconsin. We talked about what a good posting team they are, but they don't have the 7'2" back to the basket guy.
No, they don't, and Micah Potter's very mobile, so Joel's going to have his hands full in this matchup here. Oh, my goodness.
And there he is, up to the challenge.
I like that. He got bullied there for a second, but then responded quickly.
Mark Turgeon said he played the best minutes of his career Christmas Day against Purdue.
He did. He looked for his outside shot. He didn't hit the threes, but at least he took them with confidence.
He'll try again here. This is a deep 2, and he hits this one.
And look at the Maryland bench. They are going crazy right now. I love it.
7 points against Old Dominion, his career high this year. For a young man who has battled injury after injury, to be healthy and playing right now is big news, and a foul's called as Tyler Wall goes to the rim. Let's go back to the work defensively first.
Well, Scholl's got to be in the mix. He gets bullied, but he sticks with it, comes up with the block. That's great defense. And then on the other end, takes his time, leaves that follow through up. Big fella was on the line, but he'll take the 2 any day of the week.
He came to the U.S. in 2014. September of 2014, was already over 7 feet tall as an 8th grader.
It's crazy, isn't it? Trying to grow into his body, man. But he's becoming more confident each and every game. You can see it.
On how much of that confidence has to come with the fact that after he plays, he still feels good. His legs feel good. Some of that confidence gets sapped when you go out there and you hurt every game.
Great point, Kevin.
Ayala. And Jarius Hamilton with the travel.
Jarius Hamilton is a really good catch and shoot guy. Just catch and let it fly, big fella.
8-5 lead, 6 minutes in here in Madison.
Wisconsin looking to put Scholl in that action right there.
Reavers, a little pump fake. Mario stayed with him. Wiggins with the rebound.
Mario doing a really good job on the defensive end, just making his presence felt.
But the turnover again for Maryland. Back-to-back turnovers, the second.
Watch Scholl in the paint, stays down, makes Reavers look. That's great defense, Kevin. All you got to do is get your hand up, especially when you're 7-2. Bother the shot, box out. He did his job.
7-2 with a long reach.
Yeah.
Long arm in the air. Good luck.
Right. Yeah, finishing over him. Exactly.
Wall, the bounce entry to Reavers. Against Mario. Reavers going to work again, and Mario getting the bench fired up again. Morsell to the other end, and a charge is called on Darryl Morsell, his first, team's third. Well, not only is Scholl Mario doing work in the post, he's doing work with the gloves as well. The self-proclaimed Sudanese Muhammad Ali.
Hey, I love this exercise, Kevin. You know how hard it is to box for 3 minutes at a time, and you're moving your footwork, you're working on your core. He doesn't look like he's going to hurt anybody right now. He looks a little tired there, but I like the big fella's work ethic.
He's still working on building those hurting bombs.
There you go.
It's going to take a little time. Wall looking baseline. And a whistle. And that foul called on Hakeem Hart. And that will be his first, team's fourth.
I really like Tyler Wall. I think that young man has a tremendous upside. And Kevin, he just knows how to play. No, he knows where to go. That time, he backed down and drew the contact on Hart in the post.
Nice bounce from Davison. Got Mario in the air, and Wall taking the contact will go back to the line.
There he is, Johnny on the spot once again. Getting in the post, knowing the shot blocker's right next to him. Up fake, get him off the ground, draw the contact.
Second foul on Mario, so that's likely going to send him to the bench after a very effective 3 or 4 minutes here, but now foul trouble.
Yeah, and I think if Maryland can get 10 to 12 minutes out of Mario, I think that they would be happy with those minutes right there.
Dante Scott on as Scholl Mario sits down. Here's Hakeem Hart. He would love to recapture the magic that he had against St. Peter's. Had 32 points in that game, has scored 27 of the 4 games since combined.
He just hasn't really been aggressive looking for a shot.
Scott. Shot clock back to 10. Ball not free. There's Tyler Wall again.
Boy, Trice was looking to be aggressive, looking for his shot.
Davison finds his, and that three falls for Brad Davison, and Wisconsin takes the 1-point lead.
Wisconsin's actions are so good. They're cutting so hard. and their movement within that swing offense, you really have to be keyed in defensively to limit their opportunities.
Scott, baseline fadeaway. Davis in the rebound. Here's Wall. And now Jonathan Davis will back it out. 15 on the shot clock for Wall, trying to work against Scott.
So now Wisconsin will reset, a little high spin and roll action here.
Trice got hard on his hip, couldn't get it to fall. Rebound tipped around, and there's Hamilton to control for Maryland. Open in the corner, begging for it was Hakeem Hart, and he gets his wish, the three.
There you go, Kevin. You called it. Now, Hakeem Hart feels good about himself. That's another floor spacer for Maryland. They might be able to stretch out the Badgers' defense a little bit.
And a hold on Jarius Hamilton on the entry pass to Reavers takes us to a timeout.
Well, Brad Davison, always good from long range, but this is a great sign for the Terrapins. Hakeem Hart knocking down the triple. We got a good one here in Madison. Kevin, this is why you want seniors on your ball club. This is Brad Davison right here. He comes and sets the screen, and then he'll pop out for the jumper. Seniors understand that when you set the pick correctly, you will be the one that gets open. Watch this screen. Sets a flare screen. Two defenders go to Trice, leaving Davison wide open for the three-point shot. That's just one of the actions that Wisconsin hits you with. But these seniors understand that when you set a good pick, you usually are the one that will get the open shot.
Well, and for Greg Gard, that's what his team is all about. This team got old, continue to get old, has gotten older, and this is one of the oldest teams in basketball. And I say that specifically basketball because you're looking at guys on the floor right now. Micah Potter backing down, 22 years old, pops through the hands into the arms of Demetric Trice, who's 24 years old. He's got to lean forward out there with him. He is 24 years old. Brad Davison, the youngster out there on the floor, is 21 years old. Get old and stay old. Now, those are the ages for Wisconsin.
This is great.
The starting five for the Chicago Bulls. Zach LaVine is 25. Lauri Markkanen is 23. Wendell Carter Jr. is 21. Kobe White is 20. And Patrick Williams is 19. The Badgers are older than the Bulls. The Badgers are older than the Chicago Bulls.
Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. You want to get old in this league, and Wisconsin is as old as you can get.
Some of these guys are closer to retirement age than they are their high school graduation at this point. Demetric Trice in traffic, lost it, and as he rolled, that's a travel. And that Maryland bench providing some energy for the Terps on the floor.
It really is. They're doing a great job of bringing the energy. I think they found something out in last game at Purdue where they were very vocal. They came back in the second half and really made it a game. Oh, Hamilton's got to shoot that.
Had the look. Scott now backing down against Ford. Pops it out. Quick three up and off from Hakeem Hart. And a one and done for Maryland.
So Jonathan Davis is in the game, #1 for Wisconsin. This is a guy I really like. Can do some creative things with the basketball. Tremendous athlete.
He's going to work now.
Oh, that's great defense by Darryl Morsell.
He's been the defensive stopper for this team the last couple of years. And Davison in all kinds of trouble along the baseline, just forcing up a wild shot. Really good defense in that possession by the Terrapins. Now on the run to the rim. And how about that recovery by Micah Potter?
Well, Micah Potter building a wall, not fouling, forcing the miss.
Ford to Potter, misses the dunk. Aleem Ford staying with it and got the lay-in.
Boy, Kevin, both of these teams are screaming at these officials. I mean, we're watching the play. I didn't see any foul there, but it's unusual. A lot of chatter between both teams with the officials here early.
Rob Riley, Kelly Pfeiffer, Rob Kuhneman are three officials tonight. They've heard it from all parties. three from the corner is short from Aquan Smart. Wisconsin with 8.5 to go in this first half. Demetric Trice, quiet start so far, finds Potter, rolls that three off the front of the rim, and Hamilton the rebound.
That's a good look for Micah Potter. I mean, that's that action that we showed. Set the screen, pop out, he was wide open.
Potter just 1 for 5 to start this ball game. He's been shooting at a 54% clip this year.
And that dunk he missed, you don't typically see that.
Oh, Hamilton got good rotation on that three, and Jarius Hamilton stretches the Maryland lead to 5.
Turgeon calls him a big 2-guard. That's what he does. Got to find the big fella along the perimeter, let him get going.
Trice trying to answer, and he does. He can heat up in a hurry, Demetric Trice.
Yes, he can, and Aquan Smart, freshman, making a mistake. I think he might be a little winded. He got out too slowly. Such a small margin of error against these really good teams and players.
Terps are looking to make wholesale changes at the next dead ball for Maryland Terrapins at the scorer's table. Hamilton knifing into that Wisconsin defense, draws the contact and the foul. That'll go on Jonathan Davis, his first, and a timeout on the floor. 7:28 remaining in this first half. The Wisconsin State Capitol lit up brightly for a 16-14 Maryland ball game in Madison. 7:28 remaining in the first half with Stephen Bardo. I'm Kevin Kugler. 16-14 Maryland leading 6th-ranked Wisconsin. 9 Big Ten teams in the latest AP Top 25. It's the first time that a league has had 9 ranked teams since March 7th, 2011, when the Big East had 9. 9 ranked Big Ten teams equals the Big 12 and the ACC's ranked teams combined.
That's incredible. I mean, 9 in the top 25. And when you think about, you expect Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan State. Those are the top 4. But then here comes Northwestern and Minnesota. I mean, the league is unbelievably balanced this season.
Well, tomorrow night on FS1, not to look ahead of what we're doing here, Northwestern and Iowa play. Top 25 matchup. 180 meetings in that series. Tomorrow night will be the very first time those two teams play when both are ranked.
The first time.
The first time. 180 meetings. And it's never happened until tomorrow night when they will both play as ranked teams. As Davison is fouled on a nice bounce from Micah Potter at the top of the key.
Well, Davison is so crafty inside of this offense. He knows when to slip. He knows when to break the play when there's an opportunity. Mona got a little high that time. Davison was able to take advantage.
And the front end of the 1-on-1, no good. 7th team foul against Maryland, first on Reese Mona.
I look at Jarius Hamilton. He's got Demetric Trice guarding him right now. Big fella's got a screen for the rock.
Ayala's step back 3 won't go, and the rebound tipped out by Mona. It'll belong to Davison.
Well, a lean forward who's taking the ball out. He's been a little quiet to start the game. I expect him to get a little bit more aggressive here the next few minutes, Kevin.
Only 2 shots for a lean forward, 1 for 2 from the floor. Does have 4 rebounds. Entry to a posting Jonathan Davison. What you were talking about earlier, they'll post you from 1 to 5 on the floor.
I mean, Jonathan Davis is 6'5", and he posted a guy that's 6'7". He posted Aaron Wiggins like it wasn't anything, like he had a mouse in the house. You know what that means, right?
I do know what that means, yes.
For those that don't, a mouse in the house is when the big has a smaller player, and that's what you call out on the court.
When there's a mouse in the house for real, you call someone else.
Oh.
Hamilton will bring it up the floor for Maryland. Pulls up, blocked by Potter. Trice scoops it up.
Nice job by Micah Potter defensively, just staying home, playing high hands.
Davison drives, no. Potter, yes. The follow for Micah Potter. He's got 4.
Oh man, Davison coming up hobbled, asking, could he have gotten the call there?
And then Mona throws it away. Potter with the steal. Trice now, and Davison hobbling up the other way. trailing for 3, well short. Kick out to Trice on the offensive glass.
Boy, isn't it something? Those injuries get a lot better when that ball touches your hand, doesn't it?
Well, Davison's going to have to sit down after this 6-0 Wisconsin run. We're going to step aside. We'll check on Brad Davison when we return. We saw Brad Davison hobble off, being tended to now on the Wisconsin bench. Where did he get injured on this drive a moment ago? Watch his right foot.
Oh, right there as he plants, he goes up, he twists his ankle. I think he wanted a foul from Rob Kuhneman, the official that was on the baseline against Mona. Didn't get it, but Wisconsin was able to clean up the miss and score.
Wisconsin started 2 of 10 from the floor. They've gone 6 of 12 since in the midst of a 6-0 run, which in this game is a pretty substantial run. Ayala, the lob, and Wiggins with a 2-hand flush.
Great recognition by Maryland that time. Demetric Trice was guarding Aaron Wiggins, and Ayala made eye contact, nonverbal communication.
Now Ayala trying to get it done defensively. Ball loose. Trevor Anderson scoops it up, and now on the other end, Ford is pinned by Morsell. Stays with it to get the 2.
Boy, Wisconsin fortunate in that exchange, but you know what happened? Anderson went to the floor. The first player to get on the floor typically comes up with possession.
3-point Badger lead. Morsell. Potter out on Ayala. 10 on the shot clock. Maryland getting very little breathing room in this offensive set. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Open in the corner. Morsell splashes the 3.
Sometimes you don't have to think about it when the shot clock's running down. Morsell has been struggling with his outside shot. That might be the elixir he needs.
Trice now going to reset with 10 to shoot. 7 first-half points for Trice on the heels of his 29-point performance against Michigan State. Here's Anderson's 3, and that rattles home.
Boy, that was a great skip pass by Demetric Trice. Hit Anderson right in his shooting pocket. Maryland over rotation. Can't get back to the shooter quickly enough.
He hasn't shot it a ton this year, but he's made them very effectively. 7 of 8 from 3. Feels like a pretty good percentage as Morsell drives it up and absolutely decimates the rim.
Oh my goodness. See, that's how you put people on a poster. And if you're Daryl Morsell, you got nothing to lose. You go the hole like that every time. My goodness.
That'll get you up out of your chair.
Oh man.
Wisconsin by 1 as Anderson will go back to work, and that's a travel. Slipped near the logo, and the turnover back to Maryland.
Well, the Terrapins have looked really good here in the first half. Great recognition on the alley-oop for Aaron Wiggins, and then Morsell says, I don't need an alley-oop. I'm just going to take 2 of you and put you in the rim. Ooh, hit her beer face. Daryl Morsell.
From the WWE Thunderdome, the road to WrestleMania begins as Seth Rollins returns and Big E faces King Corbin. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown on New Year's Day, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
As Daryl Morsell goes, so go the Terrapins, at least to a certain degree. 17 straight wins when he reaches double-figure scoring. So keep this in the back of your mind. Daryl Morsell has 5 points right now, 2 assists. If he gets to 10, we'll just close the broadcast early because it's clear that Maryland will win, and you can read all about it later on.
I love it. No, that's a great stat right there, and it shows the importance of his aggressiveness on this end of the court.
Oh, he had position down there. Dante Scott and Ayala tapping his chest saying, that's my bad. Because you lead him right, he's going right to the rim.
Yeah, but the problem is, Kevin, it's Wisconsin. You can't have too many miscues. They'll make you pay.
That's 6 turnovers in this first half for Maryland. Wisconsin has scored 6 points off the previous 5 turnovers. Let's see what they do with this one.
And that pressure did exactly what it was supposed to. There's under 15 seconds in the shot clock.
Now 10 to shoot. Davison back on the floor and back to work. Here's Reavers. Extended against Scott, trying to back Dante Scott down, and the turnaround rattles into the arms of Ayala.
It's pretty good patience by Reavers. He's pretty good at that turnaround.
Ayala lost it against Trice. And a foul on the edge. Dante Scott working against Aleem Ford. That'll be number 2 on Ford. 4th team foul against a Wisconsin team that just doesn't foul very often. This is a team that over the course of really the last 20 years has been very clean fouling. They don't turn the ball over a lot. 2 trademarks really since the Bo Ryan days.
And that's what's made them so consistent, Kevin. You know, you can keep yourself in ball games if you can defend, you take care of the basketball, and you take high-quality shots.
Trying to bounce it to Ayala going back door, and that's a foul. Or kickball, rather. Kicked out of bounds. 20 on the shot clock. Hakeem Hart will pull the trigger on the inbound into the corner for the 3. And Trice with his 3rd rebound.
Well, Wiggins got a good look on that. That was a different wrinkle out of bounds play by Maryland, but resulted in a wide open look.
Davison, little fake, and the foul on Hart. Number 2 on Hart, 8th team foul on Maryland. So that'll send Wisconsin back to the line. Badgers just 2 for 5 in this first half of the strike.
Yeah, Brad is so crafty. I mean, he got Hakeem Hart off his feet and just stayed in position to draw the contact to get to the line.
2020 has been, well, it's been a year, but there's something somewhat comforting knowing that Brad Davison is still here, infuriating every other fan base in the league except Wisconsin's.
No doubt about it. You know what? These missed free throws, Kevin, in my opinion, show how hard these 2 teams are playing here in the first half. These guys are really tired when they get to the free throw line, and they're not concentrating very well.
Yeah, 3 of 9 combined between the 2 teams as Ayala's 3 is strong, and the long rebound to Dante Scott. 20 on the shot clock. Scott drives inside, and a foul is called on the floor. Like Wall in the mix there, and it'll be the first on Tyler Wall.
So right now, if you're Maryland, you have to watch who Nate Reavers is guarding. And so it looks like he's guarding Daryl Morsell. Morsell definitely has a foot speed advantage in this matchup. Let's see if Maryland can take advantage of it.
There's Scott, now picked up by Reavers on a switch. Scott trying to attack it. 8 on the shot clock. Scott, acrobatic shot, can't get it to go. Trice looking to push for Wisconsin.
Good job of Maryland getting back defensively. I thought Badgers had advantage there.
There's Tyler Wall. 9 on the shot clock. Trice. And a reach-in foul will send Demetric Trice to the line for a 1-and-1. That going on Quan Smart, and that is his first.
And Quan Smart getting a good lesson here, playing these older Badgers. All the little nuances of the basketball game that can give players slight advantages. And you see Quan Smart talking to Rob Riley, the official, and he's not going to win that discussion.
Demetric Trice. One more at the line for the Maestro. And Tom Izzo called him the Maestro after that performance conducting Wisconsin to their first win at the Breslin Center since 2004 on Christmas Day. And it was an impressive performance.
Oh, there was no doubt about it. And I just liked Wisconsin. They never panicked. And they just ran their stuff. They got into the post when they needed to. They hit threes. They took care of their free throws in the second half. That was as impressive victory. Maybe next to Minnesota beating Iowa in overtime.
Here's Ayala spinning inside. Ayala off balance shot, and a foul is going to be called. Trying to climb in to get the rebound. Jarius Hamilton picks up his second personal foul. That's 2 on Hamilton, 2 on Hart, 2 on Marial. Foul trouble starting to mount for this Maryland team right now. 2 on Ford, the only Badger in foul trouble in this first half.
So Jarius Hamilton didn't play the percentages well that time because he might have had a 5% chance of getting that rebound, but you go over the back and commit a foul. They don't seem big in the first half, Kevin, but second half, those fouls piling up could be a problem for Maryland. 10
fouls in this first half whistled against the Terps. And the free throw struggles for this Badger team continuing. 4 of 9 at the line in the first half for Wisconsin. They came in 3rd in the league at 77%. And one thing they have done this year is gotten to the line a lot more frequently. Last year was 15 attempts per game. This year, 22. We were talking with Greg Gard earlier and asked him if they've done anything specific to get themselves more active at the line. He said, not really. It's just been sort of a maturation of our offense, what we have done. You know, we're a little more aggressive in certain circumstances, but it's not been one thing where they said, let's try to get 7 more free throw attempts a game.
No, and, you know, when you have a veteran ball club and mostly seniors on the floor in crucial situations, all those guys have seen every scenario you're going to see, so they can play to their strengths.
4-point game, Wisconsin with the edge. 4-second difference between game and shot clock. Ayala working, lost the handle on a 2 to shoot. Wiggins has to hurry. Way off the mark. Here comes Wisconsin. Davis with 1 second. That 3 partially tipped away. Halftime is here, and the 6th-ranked Badgers take a hard-fought 4-point lead into the locker room.
Yeah, Maryland played well here in the first half, and Wisconsin responded in kind down the stretch at the end of the first half.
Well, coming up, it's the Fox College Hoops halftime report. Rob Stone with a Luka Garza feature a day after his birthday, plus first half analysis. That is coming up on the Fox College Hoops halftime report. First half leaders Darryl Morsell and Aaron Wiggins leading the way for Maryland. Demetric Trice with 10 points pacing Wisconsin. Micah Potter 4 points for the Badgers as well. End of the first half, our score, Wisconsin 28, Maryland 24. After the break, Rob Stone will join us for the Fox College Hoops halftime report. You're watching Big Ten basketball on FS1. 28-24 Wisconsin as we get set to start the second half at the Kohl Center. Some of the numbers, a cold shooting first half for both of these teams. Maryland ending that first half on a 3-minute and 37-second scoring drought, and Wisconsin went the final 4 minutes without hitting a field goal, yet they lead by 4 at halftime alongside Stephen Bardo. I'm Kevin Kugler. It was not a big offensive night for either of these teams in the first half, but Demetric Trice started to get it going late for Wisconsin.
Yeah, in these games, you got to have a guy that can create some kind of offense, some kind of way. He's able to get to the free throw line. He's able to get into the teeth of the defense and manufacture points. It wasn't pretty, but he's our leading scorer here in the first half.
Some of the highlights of Demetric Trice's performance. 29 against Michigan State, trying to get it going here tonight with 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists in that first half, leading Wisconsin to a 4-point lead.
And it was really good when he took advantage of the big that switched out on him on that first drive. He got that runner off the glass, seemed to get his confidence going. Saw him pop out and hit that 3. Demetric Trice bleeding over from his outstanding performance from Michigan State.
For Maryland, Stephen, how do you get the offense going against really a very good defensive team, as always, in Wisconsin?
You heard Mark Turgeon in the first half. Move the ball, swing sides. You've got to move the Badger defense before you try to attack.
Good things happen when you move the basketball.
That's right. Move bodies and the basketball. You can end up with an opening kind of like that until Micah Potter stopped it.
Ayala got a good look from 3. Rebound tipped around, and it's Reavers who has it for Wisconsin. Here's Davison. Twisted his ankle midway through that first half. Looks to be fine on that right ankle now.
Well, Darryl Morsell met Potter at the at the block and did not allow him to post up. Great defense.
Not an easy task for Morsell. Potter brings a lot to the post as Trice's off-balance three is strong, and Morsell with the board. Here's Morsell trying to get past Potter. Potter up to the challenge defensively and grabs a loose ball.
Looked like Morsell lost the ball on the way up, but I like his aggressiveness.
Potter, the three in transition. Long rebound to Wiggins. Not a surprise, neither team finding the mark early in the second half, reminiscent of how we ended the first half.
Reminiscent of the temperature outside.
That cold bleeding into the Kohl Center.
Oh, that's beautiful action by Maryland that time.
Just can't get the shot to fall, but Mark Turgeon clapping on that Maryland bench. He liked everything but the result.
Yeah, it was really good inside-out action and got Smith right where he wanted it.
Here's Potter working against Dante Scott, trying to muscle him out of the way. Can't do it.
Great D by Dante Scott, just building that wall.
Each team 0 for 3 to start this second half. Scott trying the contested three over Reavers, the rebound to Ford.
So wisely, Wisconsin resets and put you in this grinder that is the swing offense.
And the foul called on Eric Ayala, his first.
Watch this, Kevin. You watch this battle down here. There's going to be a switch where Micah Potter comes into the post. And a good job by Dante Scott keeping his hands straight up.
Entry to Potter, working against Smith. Job by Smith in the post. Ford won't go, and Smith clears the board.
This is a physical game. These guys are shooting bricks from the outside. Aleem Ford is usually pretty good from that wing position. This is a physical game.
Scott, talk about physical play. Bodies flying all over the place as Scott ran into Reavers.
And you know what I give the officials? They're consistent.
And that three rattles home for Aleem Ford. Any kind of run in this second half is going to feel like a marathon.
That's a great point, and Maryland is in a danger zone right now. They've got to get a quality look here, because if not, Wisconsin smells blood.
Well, Maryland's missed their last 10 shots, Stephen. Make it 11 straight misses for the Terps. Reavers open three. Boy, that could have been a gut punch had that gone in.
Yeah, but you see the action of Wisconsin, able to get a clean look early in the possession.
Over a 7-minute drought for Maryland. 11 straight missed field goals. Baseline drive breaks the drought and the missed field goal streak.
It's good recognition by Ayala. There was going to be help if he dribbled back into the paint. Reverse spin along the baseline. Got all the way to the rim.
You know it's a slugfest, Stephen, when you miss 11 straight field goals, break the streak, and you're only down 5.
You're right.
In the corner, Demetric Trice with the three. Trice with 13.
Nice action by Wisconsin. Davison up fake, puts it on the deck, draws a secondary defender, allowing Trice enough airspace to get that look off cleanly.
Badgers with their largest lead of the game at 8.
Help, Lee. Lee, stay in and help. Ready, Cam? Move it.
Looks like Maryland wants to put Demetric Trice.
Three won't go. The tip is there for Wiggins, and Wiggins came down awkwardly, and he limped a little bit as he came down.
Well, Eric Ayala doing a spin away from the help defense all the way to the rim. That was a critical layup. And then Davison drawing Ayala away, clearing enough space for Demetric Trice.
34-28, Badgers with the lead when they're not playing basketball. This is what you're doing when you're in Wisconsin. Snow flying, pond frozen, shirt sleeves on. the plate. Stephen Bardo is looking bewildered at the notion that on a snowy day in Wisconsin, you'd be out in a short-sleeve shirt.
And then physical hoops right here. We wonder what happened at Wiggins. He and Brad Davison got their legs tangled up as he came back down. It looks as though he's fine. So that's good, but anytime you're coming down like that, you get your feet tangled up, that can be dangerous.
Basketball tonight a little more physical than that pond hockey was.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So that's Maryland's trademark three-quarter court, 2-2-1 pressure back into a 3-2 zone. First time tonight we see this from Maryland.
And the shot clock at 10 as Wisconsin looks at this defense for the first time, gets the turnover. Live ball turnover. Wiggins with the flush on the other end.
So nice adjustment. Those key buckets like that can change momentum in a hurry.
One of the rare live ball turnovers we've seen tonight, and there's that pressure again by Maryland.
So they're going to stay in this 3-2 zone.
Ford will shoot over it, and the three clangs off into the arms of Ayala. Here's Hamilton to Morsell. Morsell attacking his opposite number into the corner to Hamilton. Hamilton up and under move, and Maryland's within 2.
Okay, Jarius Hamilton, I see you, big fella. He is truly acting like a 2-guard, putting it on the deck with the up and under move.
6 points for Hamilton, 6-0 run for Maryland to draw within a pair.
Well, Maryland really aggressive in this 3-2 zone.
Potter trying to back down, 6 to shoot. Davison, that 3 won't go. Potter reaching for the rebound, but Maryland controls. Wisconsin just 2 of 9 from the floor in the second half. Driving to the rim, and a move. Dante Scott, nifty in the open floor to tie the game at 34, and a timeout for the Badgers.
Well, great job by Maryland changing the momentum suddenly with that pressure and going downhill in the bucket. Watch the hands here defensively. Wiggins comes up with the steal, goes in for the easy deuce. And then Jarius Hamilton. I see you, big fella, looking like a true 2-guard there. And Dante Scott coming downhill, and Maryland has tied it up.
No surprise, a Big Ten game is tight in the second half. You're going to see it all year long from the best conference in the land. 9 teams in the AP Top 25 poll, 11 in the KenPom Top 50. One of those, the biggest surprise in college basketball so far. Northwestern, number 19, best Big Ten start since the late 60s. No surprise, Marcus Carr having a tremendous start to his season. Maybe you didn't expect 25 points per game, but you shouldn't be surprised that you see highlight after highlight of Marcus Carr hitting clutch shots.
I think Marcus Carr is top 5 guard in the country, and I don't think a lot of people outside of Big Ten country really understand how talented he really is.
Davis from the logo. That's a turnaround jumper that's true.
Man, Jonathan Davis, I'll tell you what, good-looking freshman. You got a guy that is a freshman that helps break a run with a move like that.
The older of the Davis twins by 8 minutes. His brother Jordan also on the bench. And a whistle. Foul is called up top on Reavers.
Jonathan Davis, jump stop, turn around against a premier defender in the Big Ten. No problem. Nice job, freshman from La Crosse.
Mr. Basketball in the state of Wisconsin, and one of 4 former high school quarterbacks on this roster. This is a quarterback-laden team. Demetric Trice, Davison, Anderson, and Jonathan Davis, all high school quarterbacks.
Wow, Anderson missed Wall on the post.
Trice, one of those quarterbacks with a deep 2.
Well, football players that play basketball always have an advantage of leverage and space. They have a better understanding of that than traditional basketball players.
And when you've got that quarterback out there, that's a leadership position. Yes. To have 4 of those guys on the team means you've likely got some pretty good leadership in that locker room.
No doubt about it.
Morsell nearly picked up that pivot. 5 on the shot clock. Maryland's going to have to hurry. Ayala looking baseline. Tough fadeaway. And Reavers with the rebound.
It was good defense by Anderson that time. He knew that Ayala was going to go one-on-one.
Backing down, Tyler Wall muscling it up, and that'll draw the foul. Really good post work by the sophomore Tyler Wall, and a timeout in Madison. Badgers have stretched out the lead again, up 4. Tomorrow on FS1, Player of the Year frontrunner Luka Garza looks to keep up his historic start to the season as he leads the 10th-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes against a Northwestern team that's 3-0 in Big Ten play and now ranked 19th in the country. Big Ten Hoops tomorrow, 9 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. 18 straight 20-point games against Big Ten teams for Luka Garza. Best of the Big Ten, you don't need the question mark on the end of that headline there. Best in the country, then you put the question mark up.
And I don't think there's a question mark for best in the country, Kevin. I'm going to say this: Luka Garza is the best player in the country. I'm sorry. He's got some of the toughest coaches that game plan against opponents, and he's still dropping numbers every single game. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to watch tomorrow because enjoy these players while they're here. Don't worry about whether they're going to make the NBA. Don't worry about where they're going. Enjoy them while they're in the Big Ten.
Man, that is such a great point, Stephen. We spend so much time worrying about, well, how does his game translate to the next level? It's okay to really appreciate an outstanding college basketball player.
That's right.
And Luka Garza, you mentioned it. 4 years now, Big Ten coaches have been trying to figure out how to stop Luka Garza, and they haven't yet.
And they can't. And so, you know, you have to really appreciate that. And, you know, a lot of these guys, we're talking about Marcus Carr, Ayo Dosunmu, Luka Garza, some of the best players in the country reside in the Big Ten Conference.
2 missed free throw zone. Wisconsin now 5 of 12 at the foul line. Uncharacteristic for the Badgers. Nice split by Hakeem Hart. And Maryland back with a 2.
When Hakeem Hart and Daryl Morcell can score for Maryland, it makes them a totally different ball club.
There's that pressure again that Maryland has been applying over the last couple of minutes. And that's a 10-second count. Mark Turgeon fired up on the sidelines. The bench fired up. And why not? This defense for Maryland has been stifling.
It really has. And I like the fact that they waited to the second half to pull it out. Early in the year, Maryland had been playing a lot of that 2-2-1. But now they're using it in specific points of the game, and it's really boded well for them so far.
Shot clock situation, they're going to adjust. You and I talked earlier in the year with DeAndre Haynes, right when the season was starting, assistant coach for Maryland, and he said he went to Mark Turgeon. They had a big conversation at the beginning of the year about instituting more pressure. He said, we're a deep enough team now that we can institute this press successfully. And look, DeAndre Haynes is a pretty good ball player in his own right. He said, when we put that press in, they turned me over 3 times. Got everybody fired up. So then, of course, he came back the next day and said he could have got a 10-day contract with how he played against the press the next day.
Speaking of Maryland assistants, I got to give a shout-out to B.J. and Bradshaw Ransom. Bino Ransom's sons. He wanted me to give a shout-out. Tells you he misses you guys, and he'll see you soon.
3rd foul on Davis for Wisconsin. 3rd team foul in this half. 10 on the shot clock for the Terrapins. Looking to tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. Wiggins with 3 to shoot. Ayala's going to have to hurry. Launching the deep 3. And it goes down. Maryland on top.
Nice job by Ayala with the jab step. He just needed a little bit of space, Kevin. Got that with the use of the jab step.
That pressure again. Here's Anderson. Unloads the 3, and there's an answer from Trevor Anderson.
I'm smiling, Kevin. I love that. Because Maryland did a good job of pressuring. But what happens, you have a big like Dante Scott on the perimeter. Anderson recognized he relaxed just a bit, took advantage.
Ayala taking advantage with the blow-by to the rim to tie it up. We've got an excellent ball game here in Madison. 41-41, 10 minutes to play. in another tight Big Ten tilt.
And to me, Kevin, right now, Wisconsin's playing the best of any team in the Big Ten, and they're getting all they can handle right now.
Physical play. Morsell with the block. Maryland on the attack. Hart back out to Ayala. And Morsell was on the sideline. It's a turnover back to Wisconsin. 8th Maryland turnover.
Watch the young players, watch this. Simple fundamentals. Jab step, create the space, elevate with strength. Eric Ayala, shot clock running down. Then Ayala gets through the hole and gets just past Wisconsin program's leading shot blocker, Nate Reuvers.
Not easy to do against the guy who came in with 159 career blocks. And Reuvers, though, on the offensive end, the lid's been on the basket. 0 for 6 tonight for Nate Reuvers.
He's had some good looks. It's been the physical nature of the defense of Maryland that has kept he and Micah Potter uncomfortable in the box.
Dante Scott with the ball fake, the penetration, and the 2-point lead for the Terrapins.
Great jump stop, going off 2 feet to avoid the charge. Tyler Wall was setting up beautifully, but a good adjustment at the rim.
Tyler Wall. Here's Reuvers. Reuvers from the elbow, and there is the first jumper of the night. It might be his most difficult shot from the elbow. Swishes for the first time.
Nate Reuvers took his time, Kevin. He just saw where the opening was in the defense, slid there, and knocked it down.
Tied up at 43 apiece. Wiggins working against Davison. Good defense by the senior. Oh, Morsell got free on the baseline, and a terrific vision and feed from Hakeem Hart.
That was a great job. Hakeem Hart, I'm telling you, when Hakeem Hart and Daryl Morsell are engaged, Maryland is a difficult team to match up against.
Told you Maryland has won 17 straight when Daryl Morsell reaches double figures. He's at 7 right now, creeping ever closer. Reuvers nearly the same spot and the same result as his first made field goal.
This is a veteran ball club in Wisconsin. I am smiling ear to ear over here. The adjustments being made on both sides. This is Big Ten basketball.
And 2 well-coached teams.
Yes.
Scott against Reuvers now. Dante Scott banging his way into the paint. Into the corner, Ayala, open 3, and that falls. All of a sudden, Maryland can't miss. 11 for 19 in the second half, 58%.
Watch Reuvers.
Nice cut. Can't find the range. Reuvers there to follow. Good thing I was watching him, like you said. I saw him come in and get the tip.
I'm telling you, Reuvers and Wall have kind of figured out the elbows against that zone defense is where they'll get the openings.
Ayala with the fake driving in, and that's a charge. Stop me if you've heard this before. Brad Davison takes a charge as the game picks up.
Well, nice vision there by Hakeem Hart to Morsell for an easy deuce. Look at Reuvers come to the elbow, the weakness in the zone defense, and then Eric Ayala feeling good, letting it go from the corner pocket. And Maryland, ladies and gentlemen, with a 1-point lead.
Two head coaches going head-to-head in Madison. Mark Turgeon and Greg Gard trying to coax their teams across the finish line. 48-47 with 6:51 to go in the second half.
So now you see Maryland, Kevin, go back to a man-to-man defense. Don't be surprised to see Wisconsin go to some of their post-ups that they utilized down the stretch against Michigan State. Well, look at Morsell battle Reuvers. My goodness.
Trice got the open look from 3. That won't go, but an offensive board for Wall. Wall tipped away. Ball loose. Davison got on the floor. Reuvers to the rim with a 2-hand flush.
Wow, great break for Wisconsin. The mad scramble, they come up with the basketball. and end up with a dunk.
49-48. 6:05 to go in the second half, and a great feed inside. Wiggins with the finish and the foul. We are seeing some high-level basketball right now.
And Maryland did not get to the rim this often against Purdue, but let's look at that scramble. Who comes up with it? Brad Davison over to Reavers, and look at this banana cut by Aaron Wiggins. Comes off a screen, banana cuts, gets a slight advantage over Davison. Old school three-point play opportunity.
Aaron Wiggins converts on that three-point play after the first foul on Davison. 51-49 Maryland by a pair. And we've got a foul away from the ball. Battle in the post, and Aaron Wiggins picks up his second personal foul.
See, that was an unusual call there with as physical as this game has been. I was kind of surprised to see that one get called.
Each team has been whistled for 4 fouls in this second half. The entry now to Ford. Ford, the double comes, passes out of it.
Nice defensive rotation that time by the Terrapins.
Davison to Ford. He got the open look from 3, and he hits. And the Badgers back on top by 1.
Brad Davison is really heady. He puts the ball on the deck. Every time he puts the ball on the deck, Kevin, and makes penetration to the paint area, good things happen for Wisconsin.
6 ties, 9 lead changes in this ball game. Ayala to work with Wiggins. Hamilton, tough catch. Got the shot down. What a show these two teams are putting on in the second half. Maryland shooting 62% from the floor. And now a foul. Hamilton got tangled with Reavers underneath. And that's number 4 on Jarius Hamilton.
Well, that's a tough break for Maryland right there, but he's trying to anticipate that back screen coming. That's why it's so difficult to defend Wisconsin in that swing offense.
And Maryland going the other way. Ayala on the drive, and a bucket and a foul. Davison tried to take the charge. It'll be a block and an and one coming for Maryland.
I think Davison got caught in that restricted area, and Ayala recognized it. Watch him just put on the Jets. Oh, no, he was outside the restricted area. He jumps to the side. Kelly Piper thought it was a block. Good finish for Eric Ayala.
Maryland led by 5 with 8 minutes to go in the first half. They lead by 5 with 4:48 to go in the second half. Largest lead again for the Terrapins. But this veteran Wisconsin team, will they have an answer? They have in every game but one this year, the Marquette game, when they fell by a pair. And Davison with a whistle as he started to turn the corner. Eric Ayala picking up foul number 3. 16 foul. Excuse me, Stephen.
No, that's okay. Daryl Morcell Ayala and Morcell are trying to tell the officials that there's a hook when Davison is driving to the hole. And now you see Kelly Pfeiffer talking to Brad Davison.
And they're going to go over to the monitor, Stephen, and see what they can see here.
Watch the dribble penetration by Davison. I don't see it. I don't see it, Kevin. Well, we got a great one here. There it is in Madison, Wisconsin.
Nine remaining in the second half. Maryland with the lead over Wisconsin. Legendary sports broadcaster Jim Gray, whose career spans over 4 decades, sits down with Fox host Brian Kilmeade to discuss Jim's newly released book, Talking to Goats. They look back on an unparalleled career that gives viewers an all-access pass into some of sports' most iconic players. Hear from legendary athletes such as Tom Brady, Pete Rose, and Mike Tyson, among many other legends, as they share unprecedented access only Jim Gray can achieve. 4:25 remaining in this second half. 10 on the shot clock. There was nothing on the review that they looked at the monitor. Nothing but a common foul on Ayala. And Trice's bucket brings Wisconsin to within 3.
It seems simple, but that is a tremendous play by D'Mitrik Trice. Got switched out on Dante Scott, switched on him. He knew he could go where he wanted to on the floor.
17 for Trice. Hart with 13 on the shot clock. Dante Scott matched up with Reavers.
This ball needs to find Ayala soon.
Scott in the corner. Wiggins with 2 on the shot clock. Gonna have to hoist one up. That prayer not answered. And the rebound by Jonathan Davis.
This is where Wisconsin's at their best, Kevin. Down in the second half, they come up with a big play usually.
That's 3 strong, and Morsell with the rebound. Ayala will walk it up.
See, here's the thing, though. You got to be careful. Maryland getting away from what got them this lead. Quick, hard cuts, sharing the basketball, moving it side to side.
Wiggins on the attack. Inside, fouled on his way up. That'll be 2 shots for Aaron Wiggins. And there's a hard cut and a very aggressive play by Aaron Wiggins to draw the foul and get to the line.
That's right, Kevin. It seems as though when they find Davison on Wiggins, Wiggins has had the best of that matchup. Watch Wiggins. He gets a little bit of a crease, goes hard, draws a contact. He has lived in that paint in the second half.
One more for Wiggins. Is it time to mention this? Terrapin fans will say no, but I'm going to do it anyway. Maryland has not beaten a top 10 team since 3rd-ranked Iowa, January 28th of 2016.
Wow.
It has been a while.
Yes, it has.
But they are in business on the road in Madison. A lot of time left, 3:04 to go.
Well, they put themselves in great position, Kevin.
Wiggins now tying his season high with 15 points. Davison. Here's Potter. .15 to shoot. Davison, the step back, deep 2, rattles in. Boy, that is a cold-blooded 2 from Brad Davison.
And Brad was upset because the step back didn't get him past the 3-point line. That's what he was looking for. That is a clutch bucket.
2.5 to go in this one. 3-point game for Maryland. Wiggins. 9 on the shot clock. Ayala to Morsell. Morsell on the attack. Inside, blocking foul, and Morsell heads to the line for 2 free throws. D'Mitrik Trice with his second.
The decision-making of the Terrapins has been excellent here in the second half. The dribble drive right there, drawing the contact. Watch Davison. Just gets that big toe on the line, but that's a clutch shot. Brad. You know, anybody that plays basketball with a mouthpiece, they got to be tough.
Yeah, exactly. You go in expecting you're going to get hit, and you're going to do some hitting.
That's right. Well, Darryl Morsell has been outstanding this evening for Maryland. In terms of playing both ends of the floor, he's so physical. He has switched down and denied the post against Potter and Reavers on a consistent basis here tonight.
2 free throws coming for Darryl Morsell, just a 53% shooter this year. And cannot get the roll. Boy, the mood of this Maryland team is bright in this game. We've seen it in timeouts. They have been energized, fired up. You saw the big smile on the face of Darryl Morsell.
Yep.
They do not act like a team that's 0-2 in Big Ten play.
No, they don't. And they've got to carry that momentum if they want to get this upset.
Trice with 17 tonight. Fires the three. Oh, D'Mitrik Trice with a huge three to bring the Badgers within one.
Wisconsin knew the exact matchup they were looking for, got the switch, and D'Mitrik Trice rocked him to sleep at the three-point line.
20 for Trice. He had 29 in the win in East Lansing on Christmas. Turn in the corner against Potter. Tough reversal. Scott gets two more. Timeout Terrapins with 1:33 to play in the second half and a 62-59 Maryland lead.
That's a heck of a play. I didn't see where he was going to be able to score on this. I thought Potter had him pinned, but Dante Scott with a nice reverse, using the rim for protection. It's a big-time play down the stretch.
Well, the streak is on the line. 10-game Big Ten winning streak. The last time they got 11 in a row against conference competition was the 1941 national title team. Hall of Famer Bud Foster, the head coach. They ended up winning that national title in Kansas City with a win over Washington State. It was a 3-game NCAA tournament back then. Gene England leading the way with the Badgers. He scored 42 points in those 3 tournament games back in 1941. That's the last Badger team to win 11 straight against Big Ten competition. They're going to need a comeback to keep that streak alive here tonight.
Yeah, and they're playing against a team in Maryland that, look at Wiggins and Ayala, what they've been able to do. Don't be surprised to see this zone here. Oh, Maryland goes back to man-to-man.
They've switched up in this second half. That zone caused Wisconsin some problems early. Trice on the attack. Trice to the rim. No. And a one-armed rebound by Dante Scott.
And the difference that time was that Daryl Morcell was not going to switch. He was going to stay with Trice that whole time, forced to miss.
The defensive stopper, Daryl Morcell, gets the stop that Maryland wanted. Here's Scott to Wiggins. Back it goes to Scott. Got his feet organized, drives it in, and throws it down. No mercy from Dante Scott. And a timeout taken by Wisconsin as the Terrapins close in on a Big Ten upset.
Oh, my goodness. Dante Scott, he saw an opening. Up fake, nice fake, gets past Reavers, and then puts the whole team on a poster at the rim.
Did you see the look on Daryl Morcell's face when he saw him going up? He did a jumping jack under the backboard.
Oh, my goodness. What a play. Watch Daryl Morcell, ladies and gentlemen, trying to help Dante Scott up as much as he can. Oh, that's a heck of a play.
This is a group of guys that's been on the road since before Christmas. They did not go back home. They stayed in West Lafayette. They took a 4.5-hour bus ride to Madison. These are the times we live in college basketball in the COVID era. But this team, in the second half, Maryland playing with energy. They've hit 64% of their shots against one of the best defensive programs in college basketball. And they're 54 seconds away from a conference stunning upset. There is still time for this Badger team. No panic from these veterans. 15 to shoot. Trice. He's got 20 tonight. He's got 8 to shoot. Here's Davison. 5 to shoot. Davison at the logo. Rebound Wiggins. 26 seconds to go. Ayala is fouled by Davison. Free throws to the other end. A 1-and-1. Fourth foul on Davison. And a huge 1-and-1 coming up for Maryland.
You know what? Maryland has made some subtle defensive shifts. They were switching everything, and then in the last 3 possessions, Daryl Morcell has stuck with Trice.
And a clutch front end, and the bonus comes to Eric Ayala. who has 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists tonight. And a 3-possession game.
Well, if you're Wisconsin, you want to get to the rim. You don't have to settle for a 3-point shot.
1 timeout left. Potter fakes the 3. Trice blocks the 3, and a foul is called on Darryl Morsell. Aggressive in the challenge, and Trice gets 3 at the line with the clock stopped and 15.4 seconds to go.
Kevin, I don't care if he did get the block. If it was clean, you don't do this in this situation. There's no need for it. Morsell is a senior. You know better than that.
And now D'Mitrik Trice, who's playing in his 122nd game in a Badger uniform. 72% free throw shooter, gets 2 more after making the first.
And D'Mitrik was clutch at Michigan State, 11 of 15 from the line, so he's used to being in this position.
22 tonight for Trice. Tyler Wall into the game for Potter.
So Wisconsin going smaller with Wall and a lean forward up front.
1 more for Trice. And cool as a cucumber at the line. D'Mitrik Trice hits all 3. And timeout taken by Maryland. 15.4 seconds to go. Each team with only 1 timeout left. And as you look on the bottom of the score, you'll see fouls 8 for Wisconsin, fouls 7 for Maryland. A 1-and-1 is the shot, or is the opportunity, after Wisconsin commits what will certainly be a foul here as we look at the second half highlights. Ayala and Wiggins getting it done.
Yeah, Ayala was really aggressive to start the second half, and then Aaron Wiggins kind of picked up and got to the rim a couple times. Got a steal out of a 3-2 zone and got a dunk, and it really turned the momentum of this game. And frankly, Kevin, if Maryland can just be strong with the basketball and make their free throws, they should close this out.
8 of 11 tonight at the line for Maryland, and if Wisconsin cannot come back in this one, they're going to look at the free throw line as a real problem tonight. And that's not been a problem for them all year. 77% at the line as a team, but tonight 8 of 15. They've left 7 points at the stripe. Inbounded to Ayala, and there's the foul. That was very dangerous.
Yeah, that's Hakeem Hart. He's got young players, you got to run the baseline if you had the opportunity instead of making that difficult angle.
So for Maryland, you talk about a turnaround. 196th in the country. 47% against Purdue on Christmas. And tonight, 8 of 11, 73%. And as you said, Stephen Bardo, if they can make their free throws, they're going to walk out of here with a huge win.
Yes.
And the front end is good again for Ayala.
In 2020, in college basketball, enthusiasm is a skill. That's a skill set. And Maryland had that in abundance tonight.
From the beginning of this game to the very end, the energy from that Maryland bench palpable. 6-point game. Trice driving to the rim. 5.8 seconds to go, and Wisconsin uses its final timeout. Down 4 at home to the Terrapins.
That was a good job by Dante Scott not to foul Trice that time. Played him pretty well, took some time off the clock, and made him finish at the rim instead of giving him a clean look from 3.
It doesn't get any easier. Of course, you could say that about every one of these teams in this conference, but it doesn't get any easier for Maryland. Michigan on Thursday, on the road at Indiana, then Iowa comes to College Park before they hit the road again to take on Illinois, and then Nebraska comes calling.
Yeah, the gauntlet that is the Big Ten Conference. You look at that January 4th game, an Indiana team that's pretty good, Kevin, but has had some tough losses. They will be tough to beat in that one as well.
And for the Badgers, Minnesota Thursday afternoon to close out the new year. And Minnesota at last check was up big on Michigan State this evening. Then they start the new year in State College before Indiana comes back to Madison. And then back-to-back road trip, Michigan and Rutgers?
Yes.
Oh,
exactly. That Michigan team, when Franz Wagner can score like he did in their last game, 20 points, Michigan is as deep and as talented as any team in the Big Ten.
and they've got a young post player.
Oh, Hunter Dickinson.
If you haven't seen Hunter Dickinson play yet, make sure you find the time to watch this young man go to work. Skilled, well coached at the high school level.
Yes.
Has been coached again by one of the best post teachers in college basketball, in Juwan Howard.
Yep.
Ayala will inbound. Morcell now will inbound. Into Scott. And Dante Scott, an 82% foul shooter, hasn't had an attempt tonight, but he'll go to the line with 5.3 seconds to go.
I really like when teams utilize throwing along the baseline to a teammate to adjust where the ball is being inbounds. That's very difficult to defend.
Has been very kind on these first free throws, now in the double bonus, so not quite the drama as we saw with the first free throws for Ayala on his last two trips. But Dante Scott with one more to come here. And 2 for 2 for Scott. Maryland by 6. Inbound to Trice. Trice will not get a shot off. And an upset in Madison for Maryland.
Oh, heck of a job by Maryland. Losing at Purdue their last game on the road. Took some time, spent some time together over Christmas, and came in here ready to play. And boy, did they take it to the Badgers in the second half.
They exchanged presents in West Lafayette on Christmas. But one more package they found in Madison. A win over the 6th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers. For Stephen Bardo and our entire FS1 crew, I'm Kevin Kugler saying so long from Madison. Now let's send you to Talking to Goats with Jim Gray.